Hello everyone, welcome to another Geek and Dorks review. I'm back with another, this one's a little bit different than a mystery, but it is a documentary and is about a phenomenon that is very intriguing and might relate to a big brain scratch case that I covered, Elisa and the Cecil Hotel. If you are a fan of that series, you know that I did an episode about the potential that she may have been sleepwalking. Well, there is a documentary on Netflix, and based on the search results I'm seeing, it looks like it's pretty much, I guess I would say worldwide. I'm seeing it on US Netflix, looks like it's on Canadian Netflix, Australian Netflix, Netflix.uk. So I think it's available worldwide. It's called Sleepwalkers Who Kill, and it's on the short side. I think it's only about 50 minutes, but goes into some very interesting stuff about sleepwalking, first of all, and then the legal ramifications. And it has several cases that it talks about where people have killed someone else apparently while sleepwalking. And there's this strange feeling that I got while I was watching it. The first early cases seem very legit, I guess I would say. And as the cases progressed, I kept getting this big question mark over my head that was stronger and stronger about, is this really happening in this case? Or did they just know about the previous case and now they're trying to use this as a legal defense? And that's kind of where the documentary goes. By the way, you might also be able to catch it on YouTube. I see that there's one posted now. I'm not going to put it in the description box. Just search for Sleepwalkers Who Kill on YouTube, because those videos get taken down very frequently if the people don't have the rights to post it. But you might be able to catch it on YouTube if you can't find it on Netflix. However, I do recommend that you check it out. It's not rated very high. I think for my Netflix, it's only giving it about 3 stars. But the questions that it left me with are the kind of stuff that I think the brain scratch audience enjoys. You know, just these kind of deep philosophical questions about, wow, is there some guy sitting in jail right now because he was really sleepwalking and happened to go and murder his in-laws after driving across town, apparently. And from the investigation that I had done into Elisa and the Cecil, you know, I had a lot of people that left comments talking about their own sleepwalking and things that they had done. And I heard that you can do a lot of kind of amazing things when sleepwalking. This documentary does a good job at explaining exactly how that happens. It's not like some of us would think, where you're actually asleep and your brain is totally knocked out. There's this different mode that your brain kicks in where it is extremely aware of the environment. There's just this piece to your kind of logical functions that just doesn't seem to be awake at that time. I heard from people that were saying that they had cooked full meals. I heard from people that had gone outside their house, had gotten into their car, had locked themselves out. I mean, I heard from people that had all kinds of interesting stories based on sleepwalking. And this documentary takes those stories to the extreme. It's almost like there's these many cases, and as you're going, you kind of personally judge the situations. And by the time you get to the end, it just leaves it in your lap with, do you really believe that this is what's happening in each of these cases? For me, I can tell you one of the cases certainly felt legit. The second one was kind of questionable, and the third one, I just wasn't buying, regardless of what the doctors were seeing and analyzing and finding. It was very hard for me to kind of follow the logic, and it kind of worked against them because their lawyer actually referenced a previous case where someone had gotten off in this, using this sleepwalking as a killing defense. And then, of course, one of the great questions from that is if this disorder might happen again. You know, admittedly, if you don't premeditate to kill someone and you kill someone, that is an accidental death. That is not the same as planning on killing your wife. However, does that mean that you should get off? Aren't you still a potential threat to society? What if this happens again with your next girlfriend, or who knows? So a lot of interesting questions that it left me with. It has some very good interviews. There's some really touching stuff to it as well, in terms of people that are suffering from this disorder. One man in particular who has these extreme night terrors and basically starts assaulting his wife. And you can see in the interview segments, he is extremely busted up about it. He gets very, very emotional talking about it. And it's tough to see someone suffer in a situation like that. Luckily, he's not in the case as the rest of these stories where someone has actually been killed. But it does appear to be a very serious disorder for some people, extremely hard to manage. And the doctors don't seem to have a whole lot, at least from how it was portrayed in this documentary. They don't have a whole lot of tools to help people deal with the side effects of this disorder. It's kind of like they have enough to detect that it's going on and to see if it's legitimately sleepwalking or not, but there's not a whole lot more to help them outside of that. It's kind of fascinating in one way that we have these areas of science that, for as smart as we think we are, there are some things that we just don't understand very well. So, have you checked it out? Sleepwalkers Who Kill? If you have, please tell me your thoughts about it in the comments below. If you haven't and you have an hour to blow, and if you're a fan of Brain Scratch, I think if nothing else, you're going to enjoy kind of how the cases are reviewed, seeing how the legal precedent comes together and then is tried to be replicated by other people that are facing charges for, quote, sleepwalking murders, and just learning more about this very strange phenomenon. Edited well, nothing really special in terms of music or production values. It's a very traditional, straight-up documentary, like something you would see on, A&E or something like that. I do believe it is British, but unfortunately there's no IMDb page for it, so I can't tell you a whole lot of other production facts around it. I would give it, I'd give it probably a 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, I think one of the most enjoyable things about it are the questions it leaves you with, and you have to go through the ride of actually watching it to get to that benefit. But that is it for Sleepwalkers Who Kill. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Geek and Dorks Reviews. I hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you on the next show on the Geek and Dorks channel. Take care.